Welcome to Language Symphony. Today, we're going to talk about IELTS Writing Task 1, specifically when you're given multiple pie charts. Many students say they find this type of question confusing, especially when more than one pie chart is involved. But don't worry, in this video, we'll cover the common challenges and learn how to tackle multiple pie charts in a clear and simple way. Before we begin, let's take a look at the question. This one is taken directly from the official Cambridge IELTS book. Here's the structure we'll follow for writing Task 1 in the academic test. Now, read the instructions carefully and take a closer look at the question. You should aim to spend about 20 minutes on this task. Yes, I know, many of you struggle to finish on time. That's because writing a high-scoring response takes effort. You have to meet all the band descriptors, and that can feel time-consuming. But with regular practice before the exam, you'll definitely improve your time management and write faster, more confidently. Okay. The charts here show the average percentages of 3 nutrients that may be harmful when consumed in excess on a regular basis. They also show 4 meal types: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks, which represent typical eating times in the USA. All right, now let's move on to the introduction. This paragraph should paraphrase the question prompt in your own words. Here's a good example. The 3 pie charts illustrate the average percentages of sodium, saturated fat, and added sugar consumed in typical meals in the USA. The data is broken down by meal types: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. These nutrients can be harmful if consumed in excessive amounts on a regular basis. In this introduction, we clearly mention the 3 nutrients and the country. Since there are multiple pie charts and a lot of data, we let the examiner know how the information is organized. We also paraphrased the final sentence to avoid copying the exact wording from the prompt, which is important for a higher band score. Next, we'll write the overview, which is a crucial part of your response. Without a clear overview, it's very hard to get band 7 or above. So, let's write the overview now. Overall, each meal contributes differently to the consumption of these nutrients, with dinner and snacks generally being the more significant sources. Breakfast consistently accounts for the smallest share across all 3 nutrient categories. Here, we simply pointed out the highest and lowest contributors across the charts. It contains no specific figures, and that's exactly what an overview should do: concise and clear. Now, let's move on to the body paragraphs. To make it easier, we'll categorize the data by nutrient type. This way, it's easier to organize and track the information. Let's begin with the first chart. Dinner contributes the highest proportion of sodium, making up 43% of the total intake. Lunch follows with 29%, while breakfast and snacks each account for 14%. Here we first mention the main trend, then summarize the remaining figures in descending order. We also made a clear contrast between the highest and lowest values. Remember, in the body paragraphs, we must include specific numbers to support our description. Next, let's describe the second chart in the same way. For saturated fat, dinner again represents the largest portion at 37%, compared to 26% from lunch, 21% from snacks, and 16% from breakfast. Once again, we point out the highest value first and then move down the list in order. This method ensures logical sequencing, which helps improve cohesion and coherence, 2 key criteria for a high band score. Finally, let's write about the last chart in the same way. The distribution of added sugar intake shows a different pattern. Snacks are the biggest contributor, making up 42% of the total intake. Dinner comes next at 23%, followed by lunch at 19% and breakfast at 16%, which is the lowest share. Here, we simply highlighted the data in a logical, easy-to-follow order, making the information clear to both the examiner and your readers. Remember, in IELTS Writing Task 1, we do not write a conclusion. Instead, we include an overview, which we've already written just after the introduction. The overview highlights the main trends and overall patterns without giving detailed numbers. That brings us to the end of today's session on IELTS Writing Task 1 with multiple pie charts. To explore high-quality IELTS resources, effective strategies, helpful tips, and practical techniques, make sure to check out the channel playlists. We've organized everything by topic to make your preparation easier. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any IELTS updates or new lessons. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.